All right, so I was out shopping with Cooper yesterday, disinfecting my hands and trying to keep my hands to myself as much as possible. And I picked this book up at $5 Below, if you can believe it, which is like a fancy Dollar Tree, right? Everything is $5 and below. And it's called How to Breathe, and I really like it. So if you have a $5 Below and you want to see if you could pick this book up. So I'm going to read just a couple of quick things out of here. And the author, Ashley Neese, talks about how important the breath is. And what she says, which is really interesting, is we can go 3 weeks with no food, 3 days with no water, and around 3 minutes with no breath. Okay? So the breath is foundational to our wellness. And our practice, let's go ahead and come to the head of the mat. Our practice is focused on gratitude for our energy body, right? So coming to the head of the mat, standing here, feeling your feet rooting down, grounding down here. In this moment, in this practice, feeling gratitude for this energetic body. Palms shine forward, soften those knees, and land here. Yesterday we gave, oh man, I really hear the dryer. Sorry y'all, I should have shut the door to the laundry room. Yesterday, we talked about taking stock with our internal weather. You know, how am I feeling today? Am I feeling foggy? Am I feeling sunny? Am I feeling like there's like a tornado inside of me? Am I just feeling like, you know, blissfully breezy? How do I feel? So feel yourself dropping down here, taking stock on what's going on inside of the body, breathing. And I definitely invite you to have tissues nearby. Thankfully, I'm not as sniffly sneezy today. Tuck in that tail. And inhale those arms out and up, reach up, and bring the hands down the midline. So we're going to do a fair amount of pranayama today. Inhale those arms out and up, reach up. Prana in Sanskrit means energy. Okay, a yama means to extend. So it's about extending our energy. Inhale those arms out and up, reach up, lift up. And exhale down. Snuggle the base of the thumbs in. And the first breath we're going to do is a boundary breath. That's what Ashley calls it in her book. I call it the bubble of peace. So I invite you to envision yourself inside of this enormous bubble. Like I think of it more like as if it's egg-shaped, okay? And closing the eyes, see maybe how far out that bubble extends. And you can envision this to be any color that you'd like. This beautiful bubble or egg, which is effectively like the skin of our aura. How far away is it from your body? Is it just 6 or 8 inches? Is it a foot, 2 feet, maybe more? How big is your bubble? Another breath. And then inhale those arms together up overhead. Seeing that beautiful bubble in your mind's eye. And then exhale and feel how maybe you're tracing the lines of your bubble. And this bubble is so incredible. Perfectly permeable. Bringing the hands into the heart space. And again, inhale those arms up, reach up. And exhale, dive down, coming down. And let's do our Carl style exhale. So we exhale, counting down. 1, 2, 3. And be really mindful here, because if you do this almost by rote, you might notice that you're sneaking little tiny inhales in. This is just about to exhale. And squeeze the air out till you get down to this little tiny sub-whisper as you continue to count up. And then you soften those knees and you roll it up. And the arms reach up, tracing your bubble of peace. Seeing it, seeing this amazing skin. It's like the outer skin of your aura. Bring the hands down the midline. And it's perfectly permeable. You can breathe through it, you can see through it. But it is your boundary. Inhale those arms up, reach up. And it serves as a barrier, a boundary. Exhale, swan dive down. Helping you distinguish where you end in the world begins. So it's easier for you to keep yourself safe. It's easier for you to say no. It's easier. You can think of this bubble of peace as if the negativity, the negative energy of others just bounces off. So inhale, arch up halfway, flat back. And then exhale, Carl Stow, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you keep counting down until it's a little tiny sub-whisper, and then pull the belly in, squeezing out the lungs, wringing out the lungs. And then we inhale smoothly up. And the inhale should be smooth. If you're pushing your Carl Stow exhale to the point where you almost gasp your air in, don't do that. Exhale the hands down. Let's do one more round. Inhale, tracing the lines of your bubble of peace. Envisioning it, whatever color you like. I always like to have mine be like this aurora borealis. So kind of like a shimmery pink and blue and green. Come on down. Inhale, arch up halfway, flat back. Nice big inhale. And then exhale, Carl Stow, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the reason that we really focus on the exhale is we're expelling all stale air from the lungs. So we can bring in fresh oxygenated air. Another breath. Inhale, arch up halfway, flat back. And exhale, come on down. And step that right leg back. Nice long line. Hands frame the front foot. Why is my iPad turned off? Pouring energy down that leg. And then drop that knee. Low runner's lunge. Breathing here. I just opened up Insight Timer again and it says breathe and let be. I like it. Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. Oh, I'm confused. Another breath. Set those hips back. I'm trying to get back into class and I'm using the new app. The new app is pretty cool, y'all, if you haven't refreshed the app. Inhale forward. I'm trying to get in. There we go. Okay. And exhale back, toes rise up. And feel into this energetic body, Pranamaya Kosha. Feeling yourself, sending gratitude to this energetic body. Curl the back toes under. And ground the hands and step it back, down dog. Walk your dog out. Settling one heel and then the other. Tailbone rises up and the head hangs heavy. Glide those shoulders apart. Feel the release in the neck. Feel the head drop down. Another breath. And glide forward into plank pose. Now we're going to do Kapalabhati here, because this, gives a sense of how we can play with the breath. Kapalabhati is not for you if you're on the first 2 days of your cycle, or if you're pregnant, or if you have high blood pressure. Okay? Otherwise, what we do is we snap the belly in, powerful exhale, and then we passively inhale. And you do this through the nose. So it's a, this is where it's great to have a tissue. Another 4 or 5. Drop those knees and sit it back. Inhale and long exhale. So, we've talked as we went through the body gratitude. We talked about our central nervous system. Come on down onto the belly, hands underneath the shoulders. Gentle Bhujangasana, elbows hug the waist, and exhale down. So we talked about the central nervous system, that's our brain and our spinal cord. We talked about the enteric nervous system, that's tied to our our gastrological system. Is it gastrological? So today we're going to talk about the autonomic nervous system, the ANS. We're inhaling up and we're exhaling down. So the ANS is effectively, the system that governs our fight or flight, the sympathetic system, and the rest and digest, which is the parasympathetic system. Plugging hands into the mat. Set those hips back. Puppy dog stretch. Press the palms into the earth, lighting up the underarms. So the breath is one of the most powerful ways. Inhale, lift, and exhale, arch, that we can connect to the autonomic nervous system, which is pretty amazing, right? Because autonomic means that it just runs, right? But here we are with the ability to put our foot on the gas or our foot on the brake through the breath. We're inhaling and we're lifting up into our Vittalasana. And we're exhale, tuck the tail, mid-back rises, head comes down, Marjarayasana. Walk those hands forward, curl the toes, lift the hips, Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog. Breathing here. Another breath. Step that right foot forward. So the knees right over the ankle, hands frame the foot, shoulders down the back. Pouring energy down that left leg, out the heel. So there you go. Christine says it is gastrointestinal. Drop the knee down. Shoulders relax. So the nutshell that if you want to think about how the breath affects the body, set those hips back, toes stay down on the right, is that when our inhale is longer than our exhale, we're energizing, okay? When our exhale is longer than our inhale, we're relaxing. It's as simple as that, okay? And the other thing that's important, toes rise up, folding over that leg, is that we breathe into the belly. When we take shallow breaths in the top of the top third of the lungs, the top lobe of the lungs, that sends the message to the body, Something's coming to get us. Okay? Curl the toes under. Ground those hands. Step it back. Tailbone rises up. Head hangs heavy. Another breath. And I invite you to continue to check in with your internal weather. How are you feeling? Glide forward into your plank pose, and if you're joining us for skull shining breath, we'll do that again for a few rounds. So we snap the belly in on the exhale. We're like drawing it in. It's like we're like, you know, drawing our belly up, like engaging the abs. And then we passively inhale. We're doing this with the mouth closed. So it's a another 5 rounds. And probably one of the things that you're noticing is you quickly get hot, right? You're like, woo, turned up the heat. Coming back into your Anahatasana. Palms press. Plug the feet in. Tailbone rises up, head hangs heavy. Roll the head on the neck. Another breath. Pranayama. Pranayama. Prana, energy, float that right leg back and up. Stretch it up, reach it up. And bring that knee in towards the nose. Inhale, stretch it up. And a nice Ujjayi constriction to the back of the throat as again you bring the knee in towards the nose. Inhale that leg up, reach up. And exhale, step it forward. Coming into your Vira 1. Take your time, set your feet. And float on up. Shoulders down the back. Breathing here in your Vira 1. Step off onto that right foot. Catching the knee in towards the chest. Drop the tailbone down. Drop the shoulders down. Good focused gaze. And then bring the heel towards the glute. Stretching out the front of the thigh on the left side. Holding onto the outer ankle. A little bit of a bend to the knee. And you can add the arm, reaching the arm up. Another breath. And step it back. Vira 1, hips square towards the front of the mat. Palms face open up. You can take your Prana Mudra if you'd like, where you touch the ring finger and the pinky finger to the tip of the thumbs. And then reach those arms forward, swinging them down, almost like a waterfall. And then we inhale, slow, and lift up. Beautiful back bend. Feel the kidneys and the adrenals just above the back waist. A beautiful squeeze. And then exhale down. And still in Prana Mudra if you'd like. Again, tip of the thumb to the pinky and ring finger. Index finger and middle finger extend. One more time. Reaching those arms back. And if you'd like, you can hang here, or you can step off onto that right foot, coming into your Vira 3. Listen to the body. Take your time. Beautiful breath. Good focus gaze. Bend that leg. Step it back. Inhale, lift. And exhale, hands down. Either side of the foot. Step it back. Walk your dog out. Tailbone rises and the head hangs heavy. Glide those shoulders apart. Breathing here. Another breath. And come forward into plank pose. Again, your choice if you want to add in Kapalabhati. So it's a sharp exhale, passive inhale. Drop the knees down. Come on back. Puppy dog stretch. Press the hands in. And then scoot yourself through. Ground the hips. Inhale. Lift up Bhujangasana. Cobra Pose. Elbows are hug in towards the waist. I like to say no chicken wing. And a little bit of a bend. So if you want to bring more height to your Cobra, that's beautiful, but there's a tendency, what I see with a lot of students, is they go like this. Okay, we don't want to do that. A little bit of a bend to the elbows. Allow the heart to come between the biceps. And come on down. Curl the toes, lift the hips. Come on up. Down dog. Plug those hands in. Tailbone rises up, head hangs heavy. Another breath. Float that left leg back and up. Stretch it up, reach it up. And nice Ujjayi constriction to the back of the throat. Your ocean breath, your Darth Vader breath as you bring the knee in towards the nose. Inhale, stretch that leg up. And again, this is only if you like three-legged dog. If your wrists are grumpy or your shoulders are grumpy, just stay in down dog. And then maybe bring the knee forward a little bit. Listen to the body. One more time. Inhale, lift it up. And then step forward. Vera one on this side. So our hips are square towards the short edge of the mat, the front of the mat. Left foot is forward. Arms reach up. Again, you can take your prana mudra. Thumb touches the pinky and the ring finger. Stretching up. My iPad keeps on turning off inside timer. What is the deal? Step off onto the left foot. Catch the knee in towards the chest. Drop the tailbone down, shoulders down. Hugging that knee in. Another breath. And then bring the heel back towards the glute. Breathing into that quadricep on the right. Add the left arm if you'd like. You can take prana mudra on the side. Another breath. And then step it back. Vera one. Arms come up. Again, hands in prana mudra. Breathing. And then swing those arms down like waterfalls. Exhaling. And inhale, lift. Exhale down. Feel the strength of the left leg, the left glutes. Moving slow. Stay here, present into this body. Connecting the mind to the body through the breath. Exhale the hands down. And one more time, inhale, lift. And then exhale down, arms come back. And then we step off into our Virabhadrasana 3, arms like airplane wings. Breathing here. Another breath. And step it back. Inhale up. And then hands either side of the foot, come on down. Walk your dog out. Settling one heel down and then the other. Roll your head on the neck if that feels good. Another breath. And your choice if you want to come with us in our plank and Kapalabhati again. This is the last one, y'all. You're like, how many times, Laura? How many times? So again, snap the belly in on the exhale, passive inhale through the nose. Another 5. And drop it down. Come on back, Anahatasana. Scoot your way forward, coming up. And if you're an up dog lover, go right ahead. I personally don't love up dog, but otherwise you can just come up into your tall Bhujangasana, or maybe not. Maybe you're like, I like low Bhujangasana. Listen to your body. You're not on camera. Do what suits you best. This yoga is in service to you. You are not in service to these poses. So have them feel good. Another breath. And come on back. The whole power of yoga is that it's about releasing energetic blocks. They're called granti. Curl the toes, lift the hips. And the ancients believed that we have 3 granti. They're knots. Okay? We have one at the root, one at the heart, and one at the 6th chakra, the 3rd eye. Breathing here on your down dog. Float the right leg back and up. And they say, people who have studied yoga, the impact of yoga, step it forward. Coming into your Vira 1, is that as much yoga as we do in the Western world, we're less likely to experience its transformational effects because we're focused on the outside, right? Am I doing it right? How do I look? I don't look like her. I don't look like the teacher, right? Breathing here in your Vira 1. That's not what yoga is. Stepping off onto the right foot and bringing the foot in towards the glutes. Holding onto the outer ankle, right arm reaches up. Good focus gaze. Now this is prep for King Dancer. If you'd like to come into full King Dancer, I invite you to turn the palm so that the thumb is pointing backwards and hold on to the inner arch of the foot. And then we pivot forward and keep the left hip down. There's a tendency to crank open here. So keep the hips square, good focus gaze. Pull the foot up, press the foot into the hand, another breath, and step it back. Vira 1. So that's the power of yoga. Set the legs straight, long edges of the feet, parallel long edges of the mat. Feet are hip width apart. Grab your blocks if you have them, because in pyramid pose it can be really sweet to have the support of blocks, okay, alongside the front ankle. Keep gliding that right hip back, left hip forward. A little bit of a bend to the knee and fold down. Breathing here. Inhale to a count of 3. Exhale to a count of 5. And again, this is just a suggestion. If you're like, Laura, that's too long, or Laura, that's too short, then I invite you to maybe inhale to a count of 2 and exhale to a count of 4. Or inhale to a count of 5 and exhale to a count of 8. Just have the exhale be longer than the inhale. Another breath. Left hand stays down, right hand comes up onto the hip. Snuggle the thumb right at the top of the crease, like you're kind of burying it right there at the top of the thigh. Glide the hip back and look towards the right. This is your Rita Triconasana. And feel how as you glide that hip back, maybe you have a greater sensation of the inner thighs lightly touching. Breathe here in your twisting triangle. Another breath. And release the hands down. Bend that front leg. Ground the hands. Step it back. Tailbone rises up. Head hangs heavy. Feeling gratitude. Gratitude for this energetic body. Pranamaya Kosha. Feeling gratitude for the breath, this incredible tool that we have to connect the mind to the body. Another breath. And then I invite you to widen the knees, touch the toes, sit back into your child's pose. Maybe turn the hands up. Maybe take your prana mudra again. Thumb touches pinky and ring finger. Breathe here. Allow yourself to melt down, connect into this sense of gratitude. Gratitude for the spark, the energy that animates us. Big belly breath. Feel the belly fill up with air. Remembering that by breathing down into the belly, we lessen our anxiety, we lessen our stress. Long exhale and big belly breath. That's the sweet spot. Another breath. And then release your prana mudra. Turn the hands, plug them into the mat, and come on up into your down dog. We'll do that same flow on the other side. Walking those feet out. Tailbone rises up and the head hangs heavy. Another breath. If you like three-legged dog, float the left leg back and up. Stretch it up, reach it up, and step it forward. Coming into your Vira 1 on this side. Take your time, set your feet. Lifting up. Coming up into your Vira 1. Breathe in here. Step off onto your left foot and hug that knee into the chest. Oh, no, we didn't do that, sorry. We brought the heel straight into the glute. Right heel right into the right glute. Left arm reaches up. Now your choice if you want to just stay here in the quad stretch or if you want to move into King Dancer. So we turn our hand so our thumb is on the ball of the foot, holding on to the inner arch. Keep the right hip point down as you pivot and push the foot into the hand as you fold forward. Another breath. And then step it back, Virabhadrasana 1. Breathe in here. Opening the heart and then straighten the legs. Again, feet are hip width apart. If you try to keep your feet like you're walking a tightrope, you're going to be all wobbly. So feet are hip width apart, long edges of the feet parallel to long edges of the mat. Soften that front knee, glide the right hip forward, left hip back, and then come on down into your pyramid pose. So front leg is straight. Mine is bent because I'm trying to get back into class again, since I keep getting kicked out. Keep folding over that leg. Make sure you're not hyperextending the knee. Use your blocks if you need a bit of height. Another breath. And now, putting your hand on the block as we come into Rita Triconasana. So the left thumb goes right into that snuggly crease, okay? Fingers wrap around the hip as we glide the hip back, a little bit of a bend to the knee. And then we possibly look to the left or look up as we breathe here in our twisting triangle. Feel the beauty of this pose. Breathing. Nice long exhale. Maybe count your inhale and then add 2 to your exhale. So inhale to 3, exhale to 5, or inhale to 4, exhale to 6. Whatever suits the length of your inhale, exhale. And then release. Hands either side of the foot, step it back. Tailbone rises up and the head hangs heavy. Another breath. And knees under hips, hands under shoulders. Inhale, lift it up. And exhale, arch. Inhale, lift up, curl the toes under, reach back. Make sure that the pinky toes have the pads on the floor, not the nails. Lift up into your broken toe pose. Okay? I jokingly say this is one of the 2 poses that needs a better PR director. So reaching the right arm across the body, catching it with the left, and looking to the right. Breathing here. Another breath. Release that hold and go in the other direction. So now our left arm goes across the body, caught with the right forearm, looking to the left, breathing here. And if your feet are absolutely killing you, of course you come out, okay? And release forward. And let's come to a seat on our block. Okay, your choice. If you want to, you can come into Malasana. All right, where you bring the elbows together. We're going to be doing Nadi Shodhana, so you can do Malasana if you want to keep on opening the hips, or you can just sit into your Sukhasana, easy pose, crisscross applesauce, as they say in kindergarten. So bring your right thumb to your right nostril and inhale through the left. Close with your ring finger. Close the left with your ring finger. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close the right nostril. Exhale through the left. This is Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. Inhale through the left. Close the left nostril. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close the right nostril. Exhale through the left. So do this at your own pace for a couple more rounds. This has been proven to balance the hemispheres of the brain. Okay, it's tremendously calming. It's tremendously good for us, especially after we've done something vigorous like Kapalabhati, like a yoga practice. It's a great breath work for preparation for meditation. So again, we inhale through the left, close the left nostril, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right, close the right nostril, exhale through the left. One more round. And the next time you exhale through the left, just allow the hands to float down and feel, sit here, check in. How are you feeling? Maybe you feel more spacious, maybe you feel more calm, maybe you feel more focused, more energized. taking stock, noticing. And then come off of your block if you were sitting on one. And I invite you to come on to the back body. We're definitely on the downward slope of class. So if you have a sweatshirt or something and you're feeling yourself getting a little bit cool, you can throw that back on. Hug those knees into the chest. Rock it out. Swim the legs around. Envisioning again your bubble of peace. Maybe your bubble of peace now is just a little bit brighter, maybe a little bit more defined. Left sole of the foot on the earth, right ankle onto the left knee. We'll do our Supta Kapalabhati. Shoulders down the back. Snuggle the chin in towards the chest. And then hug the leg in. Now I have my right elbow on the floor and my right hand on my knee. That's the way I like to do my reclining pigeon. A lot of people thread their right hand through the triangle that your legs make and hold on to the shin, or they hold on to the back of the thigh. And if that's not comfortable for you, maybe you can grab your strap and use your strap to kind of bring those legs in. You can also go to the wall and put the sole of the foot on the wall, sole of the left foot, so that you're using the wall as a prop. And that can be a really sweet way to get deeper into the pose without a lot of physical exertion. And I always have to check in with what I'm doing with the neck. I do this really weird jutty thing where I jut my chin up. We don't want that. We want the cervical spine, the neck to be nice and long. Bring the chin in towards the chest. And keep breathing into that right hip, using the breath to wash the hip of any tension. Hip openers are one of the most emotional poses in yoga because we hold a lot of tension in our hips. So this can be a sweet place to have a nice big inhale through the nose and then a falling out breath through the mouth. Make sounds. Another breath. Sole of the left foot comes onto the earth. Right knee crosses over. So this is like Garudasana on legs. So maybe with your Garudasana, you can wrap. Like I can wrap on my back. I can't wrap when I'm standing up, which means that you're like rolling your foot, your right foot around the left ankle. So maybe you do that, maybe not. It's up to you. And if you'd like, you can see about how it feels to twist the legs open. With doing the double wrap, the twist can feel pretty intense. So you can uncross. And if that still feels intense, just stack the knees on top of each other. This is a more open twist, easier on the body. So again, listen. You're not in service to these poses. These poses are here to serve you. What does your body want? What does it need? How can we start to unravel those knots? The Granthi, the Rudra Granthi, Brahma Granthi, Vishnu Granthi, that live at the 1st, 4th, and 6th chakras. Another breath. And gently float those knees up. Hug the knees in and rock it out. Swim those knees around. Roll the feet on the ankles. And then the sole of the right foot on the earth. Left ankle goes onto the right knee. Let that knee fall open. And then draw the knees in. Check in with the neck. Chin is down towards the chest. Nice long back of the neck. Shoulders are released, relaxed, flat on the earth. And again, nice big inhale and a falling out. Exhale. Opening the mouth and just really let go. Big belly breath, and then staying connected with the inhale and the exhale. Having the exhale be longer than the inhale. And then the sole of the right foot comes onto the earth. Left knee crosses over. And do the same twist on this side that you did on the other side. So the left arm reaches out, right arm reaches out, and then we twist down, looking over the left arm. Keep the shoulders flat. Okay, keep that left shoulder down. It's more important to keep the left shoulder down than it is to get the knees towards the earth on the right. Really wringing out the spine, utilizing the breath. Bringing the breath deep into the belly. This helps wring out the internal organs. Which is so good for us, really detoxifying. And make sure you drink lots of water after class to get all these toxins out of, flush them out of our bloodstream and out of the body. Because what we do is we're wringing out the muscles, the viscera, and we're getting those toxins into the bloodstream. And if we don't drink our water, then the body just reabsorbs them and you feel yucky. Come on to the back. Hug those knees in, swim them around. Bring those knees into the chest. And if there's one last pose you'd love to do, go ahead and do it now. Otherwise, extend yourself long and just relax down into your Shavasana. And your Shavasana maybe looks like you laying on the couch, or putting legs up the wall, or putting your feet up onto the couch, or laying on your side, grabbing a blanket. Putting a bolster under the knees. Listen to the body. Care for the body. And just allow yourself to melt down. Whatever comfortable inhale, the length of the inhale, count that out. Exhale for 1 or 2 breaths longer than the inhale. 1 or 2 seconds longer. And just feel how with every exhale your body melts down. The feet, the lower legs, the glutes, the belly, everything just melts down. Feel how the arms release down, the ribs and the back heart, the shoulders get heavier, get broader as they drop down. Feel the back head, the back of the skull heavy on the mat. And then gently let go of awareness, of focus on the breath. And just allow yourself to melt, to rest, to release down. Today's poem is called Breath of Life. I breathe in all that is, awareness expanding to take everything in, as if my heart beats the world into being. From the unnamed vastness beneath the mind, I breathe my way to wholeness and healing. Inhalation, exhalation. Each breath a yes and a letting go. A journey and a coming home. Letting each of your breaths be a yes. Letting each of your breaths be a journey. Letting each of your breaths be a letting go of what does not serve you. And letting each of your breaths be a coming home. Coming home to your truth. Coming home to your wholeness. Another breath. And then listening to the body. Moving intuitively. However the body wants to move, listening to the body. And then as you're ready, rolling over onto the right side, cradling the heart, wrapping the arms around yourself, giving yourself the biggest hug, so much love. Sending gratitude into this energetic body, this amazing spark that animates you. And then carefully pressing yourself up into an easy seat. Bringing the hands together to the heart space. Connecting your Anjali Mudra, the gesture of devotion, into the sternum, feeling the vibration in the chest. Inhaling, and let's Om out together. So for those who might be new to my class, I'm glad you're here. And we usually talk for a quick second and we sit and we meditate. So Susan was here and it sounds like she was gone. Alrighty. Yep, talking about refreshing the app. I usually just go to the App Store. Once you go into it, there's an update button. Thank you, Judy and John and Ivy, for your donations. Thank you all for your support. Your donations benefit Discovering My Purpose, the nonprofit organization that I have founded. We had a great board meeting yesterday, and we're super excited about our plans for 2022. So we bring our positive psychology program to vulnerable youth. So that's where your generosity goes to. So I appreciate you all. Thank you, Jackie. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Maya and Christine. My pleasure. My pleasure, my pleasure. All right, so come to a seat. Let's, the invitation for you is to really continue to visualize that bubble of peace. Because establishing our boundaries, especially in this continued COVID craziness, where maybe you're, working differently, going to school differently, existing in family differently, our boundaries have gotten kind of scrambled. So feeling yourself here, dropping down, closing the eyes, and envision again that beautiful, and for me, I always envision it like an egg, like with the narrow end at the top and coming down. That's the way I envision it. But if you want it to be a sphere, like you're in this beautiful, incredible hamster ball, gorgeous. Okay, whatever works for you visually. And with the eyes closed, imagine that with the mind's eye, you can see this bubble of peace. Shimmering. Knowing that our Pranamaya Kosha lives within this bubble of peace, our energetic body. And this bubble of peace is perfectly permeable. You can breathe through it. You can see through it. You can send your good energy out through it. You remain connected to the world. But the negative stuff, the noise, the chaos, just brushes up to the edge of your bubble and is diffused gently. It just evaporates through no effort of yours. The intelligence, the intuition of your bubble of peace working for you. Breathing here. And as you breathe, see your bubble of peace brighten. And exhale, maybe you see it swirl, or maybe you see it glow, or maybe it dims a little bit. So as if it's connected to the breath. Inhaling, it brightens. And exhaling. Whatever visual speaks to you. Feeling this protective cocoon. Knowing that you remain connected. You remain connected to your loved ones. Establishing boundaries is a service to yourself, which ultimately is a service to those you love. Continuing to breathe and see your bubble of peace brighten. And exhale. Nice big belly breaths, a few more. your boundary, your healthy boundary, to help you contain your positivity, contain your energy.